Elon Musk, the well-known billionaire and owner of SpaceX, reposted on his X account a post by Starlink that quoted the Philippine news agency.
When you hear the name Elon Musk, your mind probably blasts off to space rockets, Tesla supercars, or those wild tweets that shake the stock market. He's like a real-life Tony Stark, chaotic, brilliant, and unpredictable. But lately, Musk has been making moves that are way more down to earth and far more surprising. While the world's eyes were glued to his space missions and AI experiments, he quietly set his sights on a place almost nobody saw coming: the Philippines. At first, it sounds offbeat. The richest guy on Earth, dreaming of Mars and digital currencies, suddenly focusing on a developing island nation in Southeast Asia? It's not the headline you'd expect. Or maybe that's exactly why it's genius. Musk doesn't follow the script everyone else reads. He rips it up and writes his own rules. And what's unfolding in the Philippines might be his boldest, most underrated power play yet. Before we jump into what he's up to, here's a question nobody seems to ask. Why the Philippines? Why not Indonesia with its huge population? Why not Malaysia or Thailand with their more developed economies? Why pick a country still wrestling with poverty, gridlock, and storms? Here's the thing. Elon Musk isn't chasing perfection. He's chasing potential. He sees the cracks where innovation can break through like sunlight after a storm. And the Philippines? It's bursting with cracks. Gaps in infrastructure, dead zones online, political loopholes, economic snags. For someone who thrives on shaking things up, it's like walking into a candy store where every shelf screams opportunity. You don't need to be a genius or a billionaire to see the Philippines is on the edge of something big. Over 7,600 islands, a young, tech-hungry population, an economy hungry to catch up. But the biggest thing? It's a country that's been overlooked, just like every one of Musk's game-changing ventures before they blew up. PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX. At first, everyone doubted. Everyone laughed. And every time, Musk flipped the impossible into reality. So when you hear Elon Musk investing in the Philippines, don't brush it off. Lean in. He's not here to sightsee. He's here to reshape what's next. Musk's presence showed up first in sleek marketing and satellite dishes. Starlink. On the surface, it's simple. Fast internet beamed from space. But don't be fooled by simplicity. This is power. Control. Imagine this. The Philippines is a nightmare for regular internet providers. Thousands of islands, storms that wreck cables, red tape everywhere, outdated tech. In many places, reliable internet is a luxury, not a given. Starlink? It flies over all that mess. It beams lightning-fast internet straight down, skipping the middlemen and bypassing the bureaucracy. Suddenly, Musk isn't just delivering internet. He owns the digital gateway. But here's what most miss. The Philippines was the first country in Southeast Asia to get Starlink. Not Singapore, not Thailand, not Indonesia, even though it's bigger. Why? This isn't about quick profit. It's about planting a flag, setting the first domino in a long game. Starlink isn't just selling internet. It's collecting data, building reliance, and weaving Musk's influence into the very fabric of a nation's digital life. And the people? They loved it. Can you blame them? Faster internet where buffering was a daily battle? Of course they cheered. But behind the cheers, something quieter is happening. Starlink is shaking up traditional telecoms like never before. Their monopolies? Starting to crack. Their power? Fading. Starlink offers more than speed. It offers freedom. Freedom from corruption, from red tape, from outdated systems. But freedom has a price. When one person controls the satellites, the signals, the sky, you have to ask, who's really in control? Starlink is only the start. It's the foot in the door, the appetizer before the main course. Because Musk never stops at one industry. He goes wide, deep, and fast. The Philippines isn't just a market for internet. It's a gold mine for labor, land, and influence. Think about this. The average monthly wage in the Philippines is around $500. To Musk, that's not just a wage. It's a business blueprint. Call centers, software teams, tech support, warehouses, all at a fraction of what it costs elsewhere. And everyone speaks fluent English. You don't need a crystal ball to see the future. The Philippines isn't just Musk's next customer, it's his next workforce. And unlike other billionaires who outsource far away, Musk prefers control. In-house, integrated, scalable. So imagine when he drops his next gigafactory in Southeast Asia, or launches a solar operation powered by Filipino engineers, or sets up an AI testing hub right in Manila. Suddenly, this isn't about Starlink anymore. It's about building an empire. And speaking of empires, let's talk about the ground game. While the headlines track satellites and rockets, quiet rumors are circling about Musk looking down at the dirt, the deeds, the property. Word is land plays are brewing in Luzon, Davao, and those high-potential eco-zones near Subic and Clark. The targets? Infrastructure hubs, massive warehouses, data fortresses, renewable energy grids, or knowing Musk, maybe all of the above, plus a full-blown smart city straight from the drawing board. He's done it before. In Texas, he didn't just buy land, he built an entire town, renamed it, filled it with engineers, then turned it into a production powerhouse. So what's stopping him from doing it here? If he's got the internet, the workforce, and the land, what's left to take? The answer? Politics. And this is where the real game begins. Musk might talk disruption and innovation, but he knows how to move in the shadows, cutting deals, shaping alliances. In the Philippines, big money has always had a way of shaping power. Campaign backers become cabinet voices. Tycoons steer policy from the inside. Musk, he's the type to skip the normal playbook and rewrite the entire operating system.
Top-level meetings with Philippine officials are already on record. The topics? Renewable energy, smart cities, infrastructure upgrades, all dressed up as partnerships. They sound like gifts. They're not. They're investments, and investments expect payback. The government, eager to modernize and make headlines on the global stage, is laying out the welcome mat. Tax breaks, prime land, lightning-fast permits. It's a billionaire's marketplace with no checkout line. And Musk? He's already filling the cart. Here's the thing. When one private player gains this much access, this much pull, it stops being a business deal. It becomes a question of sovereignty. Who writes the rules when lawmakers lean on tech giants for campaign money? Who decides what kids learn when classrooms run on Tesla energy and X-branded devices? The Philippines could be swapping one form of power for another. This time, it won't arrive in ships. It'll come through satellites and algorithms. Silent, seamless, and far harder to push back against. Yet, for all the warnings, there's a spark here that's hard to ignore. Because what if this actually works? What if Musk's aim isn't just to extract, but to elevate? Imagine rural communities long overlooked by Manila, suddenly lit up with connectivity. Kids in Palawan logging into live classes with top-tier teachers. Farmers in the Visayas monitoring crops through AI-guided drones. Entrepreneurs in Mindanao scaling their business to the world through blockchain platforms. What if the Philippines doesn't just dream of being Southeast Asia's tech capital, but actually becomes it? That's the picture Musk is painting. A nation that's faster, sharper, more connected. Not defined by remittances or broken infrastructure, but by innovation and self-sufficiency. This isn't charity, it's a high-stakes transformation. If handled right, it could spark generational change. And yes, it's fair to be skeptical. Musk is building an empire. But maybe this is what 21st century progress looks like. Maybe this is the price of stepping into the future.
The real tipping point will come down to how the Philippines chooses to move. This isn't only about inviting investment, it's about writing the rules, demanding balance, guarding workers, containing influence. Managed wisely, this could become the most pivotal partnership in the nation's modern history. Mishandled, it risks becoming another entry in the long ledger of foreign control, this time wrapped in polished code and futuristic branding. Right now, the country stands on the edge of a moment far bigger than any single project or satellite launch. The wealthiest man alive, the same figure who's redefined industries from banking to space travel, is now focusing on a nation the global stage still undervalues. Musk isn't here for a short play. He's here for the long game, laying groundwork, locking in assets, setting roots. And the question that should be echoing through every decision-maker's mind isn't what will Musk build? It's what will the Philippines permit? Because when the dust settles, this story won't only be about Musk. It's about sovereignty, national identity, the future being written in real time. Will the Philippines emerge as a collaborator shaping its own destiny, or a testing ground for someone else's vision? This isn't a headline. It's a turning point, a decision that will ripple through generations. And as Starlink maps the skies and speculation hardens into policy, one thing is already certain. Musk is here. And his reach goes far beyond bandwidth. He's wiring himself into the country's core. So now the spotlight shifts to you. Is this the birth of a new era for the Philippines, or a quiet expansion of one billionaire's empire? Are we witnessing a breakthrough or a takeover in disguise? Let's hear it. Share your thoughts in the comments and make them count. Smash the like if this pulled back the curtain for you. Subscribe for more unfiltered breakdowns of the moves shaping our world. And ring that bell, because next time you'll want to be ready for whichever empire we expose next. This is Paraphrase, and what you've just heard wasn't another tech headline. It was the storm gathering on the horizon. Stay sharp, stay bold, and above all, stay aware.